Alright, y'all. I started a little early, but I'm gonna wait for some more people to get in here, and then we'll get started. Talking about racism, what's controlling racism, media, how they play a part, celebrity athletes, stuff like that. And maybe a couple news stories as we get further in. Again, I'm gonna try and do maybe like 2 live streams a week. We'll see how it goes. But again, just wait for a couple more people to get in here. So get started here in a couple minutes. Now this is if YouTube actually sends out notifications this time. First 2 times I did it, they sent out notifications. Last time they didn't, so again, don't know how many people are going to be in here or whatnot. We'll see how that all goes once we get into it. Like I said, I don't know if YouTube's going to send out notifications to all of you or not. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Because, see, I subscribed on my phone to see if I can get notifications. And it actually sent out a notification to my phone, but when I do videos, it's like every third video I do, I get a notification. But I've been getting live stream notifications, so I don't know how that works or whatnot. I guess I don't know. I don't work for YouTube, but anyways, looks like there's 3 people in here, so go ahead and get started. Now, starting with racism, obviously that's a big problem in America as far as whether it's Antifa, Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, whether you're in construction, police officer, whatever, you're going to face some type of racism in your life at some point in time. So, the media obviously plays a big part in that. Hey, what's going on, man? But again, the media is obviously playing a big part in racism, and they're controlling racism, as far as riots and stuff like that. Now, obviously, they're going to show that because it's something that's happening in America and it needs to be covered. So, obviously, they're going to cover it. I covered it a lot. As far as the virus goes, they're trying to make that into racism as well. Talking about it affects certain colors more than others, more predominantly black people. Now, I'm not saying that this virus doesn't affect, people in a different way, okay? Obviously, if you got, 50 people in your house, you're probably more likely to get the virus than other people will. At least from what they say the virus is, you know, spreading quickly. So obviously, yeah, it definitely is. Racism is, I think it's real, obviously, but a lot of people use it to try and take advantage of things, such as police officer involved incidents. Okay, let's just put that as a prime example. Okay, because we all know that happens. We've all seen it. All right. So people use racism all the time in police officers. Okay. So you can sit here and say this police officer targeted me for being black. Okay. No police officer I know is gonna waste their time just driving around. Oh, hey, there's a black guy. Let me follow him and see if I can find something on him. Let me follow him home and then pull him out of the car and kill him. Okay, that's not how police officers think. Now, if you are black and let's just say you don't use a turn signal or run a stop sign, okay? obviously that police officer that's behind you is going to pull you over. All right. If you're respectful, he'll be respectful. Hand your ID, registration, everything comes back good. You'll be good to go, and you'll be on your way. You turn into a sovereign citizen, then, and you don't want to hand your ID over. You're talking about you're traveling, you're not driving. Well, you are driving because you're in control of the vehicle, or you want to say you're not driving, you're parked. That's the kind of stupid stuff that ends you up going to jail. Okay, every sovereign citizen video I've seen has ended up with either A, the window being smashed in the car, and them being pulled through the window, and then end up going to jail, and the car getting towed, or B, they jerk open the door and then you get thrown on the ground and you get put in handcuffs and you go to jail and your car gets towed. So being a sovereign citizen really isn't your best option. Alright, and the whole white privilege thing, I still haven't got that, okay? Now, I had a black person tell me that it's not like money or anything like that, it's police officers not targeting you because you're white. Now, I will tell you this right now, okay? And when I was in school, alright, nobody really talked about racism, and at least not until I got into my junior year, high school year, okay? But we never had, fights or anything about it. Yeah, exactly. There's thousands a day, and you don't hear nothing about them, okay? I mean, there's thousands a day. Like I said, I know two officers that are, well, one's medically retired, and one is just found a different job because he got injured. But again, this person was chasing an armed suspect through the woods, okay? He got hurt. There was hardly any media coverage about it. It was like 2 minutes, maybe, okay? Now, the other deputy I know was a K9 unit. He was on duty, and he stopped a DUI suspect, and his car was like, um, let's just say this is his car, okay? From here down to like here was crushed in. Alright, they honestly thought that he was gonna die. And honestly, when I found that out, that cop was like one of my best friends, alright? Like, he actually got me into law enforcement. He got me into programs to help me explore law enforcement. He's the one who got me really on my track. Like, I always knew I wanted to do law enforcement, but he helped me pursue it. So when I found that out, I was pretty upset, and I actually thought that, the suspect would be out on bail. But actually, the suspect was not given bail or bond, which is great. I was really surprised by that. People kill people, and they get no bail or they get bail or bond. So I was really surprised that he didn't get bail or bond, but I was very happy to hear that. Now, I haven't heard any updates on the suspect. Again, this has probably been maybe 6, 7 months ago. So it's been a little while, but again, the officer is medically retired. Which I know he wanted to be a police officer longer. He was trying to. He was thinking about maybe being like a instructor, but it's probably best that he does it this way. He is medically retired, so I'm sure he's getting some money and stuff like that. But again, he has family, his wife, he has kids, so it's probably better that he just spend time with them. Now he is out hunting, so that's a good sign that he's getting better. If he's actually walking now, so that's good. He's been a long time in hospital. He's been doing recovery for like 2 months, 3 months, so it works out. Again, he's medically retired. He spends time with his family and kids now. But with that being said, there are thousands every day, okay, of police officer involved incidents. And these people are white, black, Hispanic, gay, bi, trans, All right, teenagers, adults, women, men. All right, and you don't hear nothing about that on the news, and that's why I don't watch the media. That's part of the reason right there. All right, the minute there's an officer involved shooting, especially a white officer and a black male, it's blasted all over the news. White officer shoots black male. All right, that's all they. That's all they want to talk about. They don't talk about this officer over here. Let this black man go with a warning, or this officer saved this man from suicide, or this officer prevented a shooting, or this officer did this. Or matter of fact, prime example, there was a black officer in Miami and a black male. Okay, when all the riots were going on and everything, the black male hit the black officer in the head with a skateboard. Anyway, I don't know what happened. I don't know what his charges are or anything like that. Now, again, I don't know if he's out on bond, bail, whatever case may be. Anyways, they became friends now, and that just goes to show you that people. I wouldn't call his action a mistake. He knew what he was doing when he hit the officer, but it goes to show that people can change. Okay, you know, I'm not saying that that's likely to happen, but people can change. Obviously, this person had a strong hate towards police officers, whether it was racially motivated, politically motivated, or he just was following along, peer pressure, what case may be. Anyways, he hit this officer in the back of the head, and now they're friends. And you know that this person's gonna lose friends for becoming friends with a police officer, but he took that step forward to do that. But again, like I said, the media is a big part in this and a big part of why we have problems. Celebrity athletes are a big part of why we have a lot of problems too. Colin Kaepernick is a big one. Again, like I said in the last video, he's calling for a convicted cop killer to be released because he's been in jail longer than he's been alive, which again, I said is stupid. He wasn't there, so he doesn't know what happened. This man killed a cop and you want him to be released, so what, he can do it again? And again, that's not just athletes, it's all people, all Hollywood stars. No, see, I don't watch the media. I just try to get my own sources. Again, like I said in the last video, there are a couple people on Fox News I watch, but they've been getting a lot of heat lately. But I will watch like Tucker Carlson. I don't think he's ever gonna change. Hannity, Bill Hemmer. Those are probably my top three. Harris Faulkner, she's pretty good. Those are about the only people on the media I watch. I don't even watch our local news. I just go with it. Really, there's no point in watching the local news because all you're gonna hear about is coronavirus now. Really, that's all they ever talk about on the news. Yeah, that's all it is. They want you to think that coronavirus is the end of the world, and who knows? It might be. I'm not saying that the virus itself indirectly is going to be the end of the world, but a lot of things that they're trying to do will cause the end of the world. Like Joe Biden saying all Americans need to take vaccinations. And I forgot the number he said. It was some kind of millions. Yeah, I can't really watch the media too long without getting frustrated. I try not to watch it. Again, now if it's something big happening like the riots or stuff like that, I might watch it on there. That's about it, just because they're up close to the riots. Or if Trump's on TV or whoever the president is on TV, I might watch that, but that's about it. Because other than that, it's pointless. And even now, with president or whoever's talking on TV, they just make it seem like it's no big deal. And depending on what channel you're on, they'll probably cut it. I know CNN has cut Trump and Kelly McElwain plenty of times, but again, that's just which side of the news you're on. I'm not saying that Fox News would never cut Joe Biden or Trump, all right? But it's been proven on CNN that they have done that. Yeah, I mean, Fox used to be a dominant program, okay? But you start changing your views and stuff like that, then people are going to realize that. But again, as far as this virus goes, it's already been proven. Like I said in my last video, in Denmark, they are forcing vaccinations. If you don't take it, you're going to jail. And France, you have to ask the military or police, whichever is stationed outside your home, if you can leave your home, and you can only leave for exercise, medical, or work. Again, I'm pointing this out in my video. So you tell me I can only leave if I have to exercise, medical reasons, or work. All right. And again, I mean that's three good reasons, okay? But what about food? I mean, what if you work, I don't know, in a factory? Can't get food there. Medical reasons, you can't get food. Exercise, there's no food. Now, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, everybody is. I'll put it like this: either you like Trump or you don't. I don't think there's really any in between with whether you support him or not. Either you support him or you don't. Now, you can support him and maybe not like certain things that he does, but either you like him or you don't. You can't like Trump and Joe Biden. I don't think that's possible. They're two completely different people. Um, Again, I support Trump for what he's done. He's done a lot for black community. He's done a lot for police officers. He's done a lot for the military. Again, he's bringing more troops home by January 21st, I believe it is. I believe it's like 500 more troops he's bringing home. He's brought the economy back twice. Record number setting of jobs. He doesn't want tax increases. He's trying to drop Medicare prices. He's trying to get people that don't want to work up and working, and he doesn't want to hand out benefits to people who aren't working or people who don't want to work. He's trying to make America great, and people are screwing him over. I mean, they tried everything against him from Stormy Daniels to his tax returns to he's a white supremacist. He hates the LGBTQ community. That's just the four off the top of my head that I can think of right there. And yeah, you're definitely right. Trump as Trump has been one of the best presidents that we've had. Now again, I'm only in my 20s, okay, so I haven't seen many. But he's been the best president that I've ever seen. And he's done a lot for everybody, not just whites, blacks, Hispanics, police officers. He's done a lot for everybody, and he's getting hate for it. Like I said, they tried everything. They even tried impeachment, and it didn't work. And I honestly think that the election was rigged. I mean, everybody has their own opinion on that, has their own view on that. Me personally, I think it was rigged. Again, I sat there and watched the election that night from like 7 p.m. to like 12 or 1 a.m. Alright? And these leads that Trump had were from here down to here. Like, it just don't make any sense how you lose that many votes. And another thing, alright, North Carolina, Trump was winning by like 2%. 99% of the votes were in. Didn't call it. Um, Florida, it took them forever to call Florida. Trump was going to win that. It took them forever to call Texas. Trump was going to win that easy. Um, but as soon as the polls closed on the West Coast in California, Oregon, place like that, they automatically called Oregon for Joe Biden and California for Joe Biden. Now, I believe California is 55, 65 points. I believe it's 55. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe California was 55 points. All right, so you're telling me you didn't even count the votes for Joe Biden and Trump. You automatically gave the vote or the win to Joe Biden without even counting. Now I'm telling you, as soon as the polls closed there, boom. All right, Joe Biden wins California. So you're telling me it took y'all 5 hours to count Florida after the polls closed, 5 hours after to tell us Trump won. 5 hours after the polls closed in Texas for tell us Trump won. But as soon as polls close in California, he wins that 55 points. When he wins Oregon, as soon as polls close, I believe that was like 11 points, 12 points, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. They're saying Joe Biden got, what was it, 76 million votes? 73 million? Alright, so he got the most votes ever out of anybody running for president, any president in history. He got more votes. I can tell you right now, people supported Obama more than they support Joe Biden. I can tell you that right now. But that being said, how many votes of those were real? How many of those were not illegally votes? Alright. But let's go to Trump. He got I believe Joe Biden got 76 million and Trump has 73 million. Whatever it was, they were 3 million off. But Trump got the most votes out of any sitting president. So he got more than Obama did. He got more than any other president, any sitting president in history. Now that I can believe. I can believe Trump got more votes than Obama. I can believe that. I can't believe Joe Biden getting more votes than Obama. It don't make any sense. Like, it don't add up. Alright, so you're telling me that in Detroit they have to board up the windows because they don't want to be watched. Alright? Judge gives them permission to watch, but you have to stand 6 feet back and you have to wear a mask. Well, you can't see 6 feet back. Alright? I mean, 6 feet is from, I mean, that's not even as long as this camera here. Alright? I mean, 6 feet, that's taller than me. Alright, I'm only like 5'11", 5'10". Alright, so it's just about my height. I mean, that 6 feet is a good ways away to, and then you gotta wear a mask, that don't add up. I mean, if you're wearing a mask and the other person's wearing a mask like they say it's supposed to prevent it, alright, then you should be okay. And you should be able to see what the votes say and why they're using pins during their count. Because last time I checked, you don't need a pin to... Yeah, most definitely. A lot of minorities definitely backed him, and that's a big part of why he had Florida already wrapped up. I mean, the Hispanics and all of them shows high support in Florida for Trump. Again, and that's what won Trump, Florida right there. But again, you know, if the other person's wearing a mask and you're wearing a mask, then you should be safe. But you go to Nevada and they're telling people that you gotta use Sharpie pens. Well, we all know, well, at least every time I voted, whether it's in person or absentee voting or on election day, rather, it's been touchscreen, okay? Now, this year they did little cotton swabs due to COVID, so you don't have touch screen. Anyways, with that being said, I don't know. That don't add up either. All right. So let's go to Nevada. Trump had 70.5%. All right. Joe Biden had like not even 20. It was like 15, 16%. All right. So you're telling me after the counting's done. All right. Counting's done. It was like 11 p.m., 12 a.m. here. Okay. You're telling me he lost over 55%. Like Trump went from here down to here. He went from 70 to 40, and Joe Biden was winning the next day. And then it just so happens, all right, he's at 264. He needed 270 to win, and it just so happened that Nevada's 6 points. Like, I don't know, that just don't make any sense to me. It just so happened that Nevada was 6 points, and all that just happened to come about. And then he wins Nevada. And Pennsylvania, let's talk about them. Trump was dominating in Pennsylvania, alright? I mean, he absolutely just blew it out, wrecked it out. I was honestly surprised by how many votes Trump had in Pennsylvania. Now, honestly, I thought he would win in Pennsylvania, but the amount of votes he had was crazy ridiculous. I mean, I've never seen that many votes for a Republican, I don't think. Now, again, he had like a 20, 25, 30% lead at one point, alright? Next day, it drops down to 10, then it drops down to 8, then it drops down to 1, and then Joe Biden's winning. So you're telling me every single ballot after the whole next day was for Joe Biden, not Trump didn't get a single ballot? I mean, come on, that don't make any sense. Alright, let's talk about Georgia, because everybody's talking about Georgia. Alright, as far as Georgia goes, there are a lot of um I heard there were issues with that in Georgia. Which state are you talking about? You talking about Pennsylvania? Um, I heard there were issues in Georgia with that. That's the only state I heard of. But again, they took so long to call Georgia. That's the thing with Georgia. They took so long to call it, and Trump was doing great in Georgia. I mean, he had 20%, 16 to 20% lead the whole night. Now with Georgia, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of Democratic run cities there. I mean, you got Atlanta, which obviously is a big area. You got Fulton County, which I believe is in Atlanta. Quote me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong on that, but I believe Fulton County is in Atlanta. You also got DeKalb County, which is a big Democratic area. That's the three biggest ones right there. Again, Fulton might be in Georgia. I'm not sure. I mean, in Atlanta. But those are the three biggest Democratic run. What's up? I ain't seen you in a while. What's going on? Everybody in here, definitely check Conservative Guy out. You know, great channel. So y'all definitely check him out. But again, in Georgia, that's like I said, there are some Democratic run cities. So if Trump lost Georgia, legally, I can understand that he might lose Georgia. But it's been Republican for so long that I just don't think Biden got more votes than Trump. Now, again, Trump didn't do a lot of campaigning there. He spent a lot of his campaign in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Florida. Those were his three places, which in Florida, Pennsylvania, he did great. I mean, I was just surprised that he lost. I mean, I don't know, this whole election's rigged, and like I said, the whole power thing going off in Georgia, that don't make any sense either. So your power goes out, but you're still counting votes. And like I said, in Nevada, you're counting votes, but you have a pen with you. Since when do you need a pen to count votes? All you do is count. You don't need to mark nothing or anything. You just count. That's all you're doing is counting votes. Alright, and I think this whole virus thing is partly to do with the election. Everybody's been talking about the Great Reset and all that. No. Like I said, Joe Biden wants every American to get a vaccine. So Joe Biden's already lied twice. All right, he said that we will not have a national shutdown. All right, his advisor said we would. Then he had to backtrack and say, "Oh no, I meant certain areas." So you're gonna shut down what, certain states, certain areas of states, or because that makes no sense whatsoever. Then he said, "Oh, we're gonna have a big national mask mandate," which I guarantee you, right now will not work. There's no way you can force every single American to wear a mask. And I'm thankful in my state that we do not have a statewide mask mandate. Okay, even at my job, they don't care. All right. Yeah, they'll say wear a mask, but it's always down here. Like everybody I work with has their mask here or here. It's never above anything. Now, like I said, if I go out and there's an elderly person around me, then yeah, I'll put my mask on around them if I'm gonna be around them. But I guarantee you, a lot of people don't care about the mask, and really, the mask is doing worse than it is good. All right, and even older people now are not wearing masks. And like I said, nobody at my job hardly, except like one or two people, wear masks because nobody cares about the mask. Nobody thinks it's doing any good, and it's not doing any good. Um, Now, like I said, Joe Biden wants everybody to get a mandate vaccine. That's not going to happen either. This is not a third world country. Like I said, Denmark, they're forcing people to get vaccines. All right, we're not Denmark. France, they got people locked down in their homes and stuff like that, saying you have to ask authorities if you can leave. Like you have to text them, like, "Hey, can I leave?" And if it's not a good reason, they're gonna tell you no. And like I said, it has to be like, I'm going to work, I'm going for a medical reason, or I'm going to exercise. That's the only three reasons you can leave. Again, people are protesting there right now. Like people are getting out saying they're going to work or whatever, and they're going in the streets protesting. Alright? Again, we are not France, okay? Um, we are the United States. You try to do that here, you can't do it. There's not enough police officers, there's not enough military to do that. Alright? Um, that's why they're trying to ban gun sales. Because that's their whole plan, is to try and take over America and do what they want. Alright, it's not going to work. I can tell you that right now. Now, a lot of people have talked about, Joe Biden won't be president for long, Kamala Harris will be president. And I strongly agree that she will. I strongly agree that. I think it'll take maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 months, but she will be president of the United States if Joe Biden gets in there. Now, we'll see how all these election results turn out. I know they recounted Georgia, and they said Joe Biden won, but they found uncounted votes. I believe it was like 3,000 uncounted votes. So that tells you right there it's a rigged election. Alright, what they really need to do is go back to Nevada, go back to Pennsylvania. I'm not sure what's happening in Pennsylvania. I don't know. There's so much going on with this election that I don't know. It's so rigged. Anybody with a 10-year-old could tell you that this election was rigged. But enough with that. Back to the virus. You know, Again, I think the virus is real. It did come from China, so it is a Chinese virus. No matter, you can call it racist, homophobic, whatever you want. It's from China, so it's a Chinese virus. But you say that you call racist, all right? But it's amazing how all these other countries have recovered from the virus except us. I mean, they might be locked down, but some of them aren't. I mean, China. When is the last time you heard anything about China dealing with this? I mean, think about it. Have you heard anything from China lately? Because I haven't. Japan, nothing from there. Korea, Africa, Central America. Um, I haven't heard nothing from any of them about this virus. It's just the United States. I mean, really, it's just the United States. Whether, I mean, think about it. New York's closing schools back down again. Alright, everybody's going through new COVID lockdowns. But again, all these other places, except for a few, are doing great. I mean, there's nothing going on with them. I don't know. That just seems a little strange to me that all these other states are doing great and everybody else is suffering. Just like Governor Newsom, alright? You want to go out to eat, alright? So that's fine. You go out to eat with your family. You don't have your mask. We don't have our mask. We get fined and told we can't enter. You go in without a mask, it's okay. And then you shut down that same city and that same restaurant you ate at, you shut it down the next day. So how does that make sense? You eat there at that same city, that same restaurant. Next day, after you face criticism for it, you shut it down. That makes no sense whatsoever. Alright, and it seems like Andrew Cuomo is profiting from this coronavirus. He made a book dealing with crisis in America. Alright, last time I checked, the crisis with the pandemic is not over. Trust me, y'all have made that very, very clear that it is not over. As much as y'all have made that clear, you should not be writing a book on it. You should be trying to help your state. You should be trying to help New York City. But instead, you want to write a book and make a profit off of it. Like, that's the kind of things that I don't get. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, okay? Maybe it's just me. I don't get how that is any help. You making a profit is not a help with trying to stop this pandemic. If it's as bad as you say it is, all the governors say it, or most of the governors say it is, CDC, World Health Organization, and all that, if y'all say it's as bad as it is, then why are you trying to make a profit off of a book instead of helping people? Like, that's just my whole thing with it. I don't understand how you're trying to make a profit off of it. But they don't care. The Democrats do not care about you or your family. Like, they really could care less. It's like working for a big corporation. They don't care about you or your family. As long as it benefits them, they don't care. Now, a couple news stories. This one involves race in a way. Now, Black Veterans Pro Heroes Cafe shot up by anti-police rioters in Portland. Should have figured it'd be Portland. As y'all remember, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that, the elderly couple had their thin blue line flag out, just like mine, out on their front porch, and their home had a drive-by shooting. So this goes to show. Now, a Portland restaurant established with the intent of honoring American heroes was shot up in a target attack last month. Heroes American Cafe owner John Jackson, who is black, said his business partner received an anonymous call threatening the restaurant just 3 days prior to the October 11th attack. It was a person who thought we were pro-police and we're not for Black Lives Matter. And something could happen, Jackson said. We kind of missed it as a prank call. We're pro-heroes. Our mission, our concept has always been, let's support local heroes, whether they're first responders, which include police, firefighters, and paramedics, whether they're educators, teachers, nurses, the medical field, doctors, and vets. That's been our mantra since we began. Heroes began about 6 years ago, and it's not going to change, he added. They singled me out thinking I didn't support Black Lives Matter without me expressing something either way. And without them even knowing I'm an African American, he noted. Jack said his business is simply very American in nature. We're red, white, and blue. Whatever side you're on, you have a right to believe, uh, but you don't have a right to step on whatever you disagree with, he said. The cafe suffered thousands of dollars of damages and attack. It is extremely tough, probably the toughest time in small business history right now, Jack told. Just making it day by day. Today is tough without 3,000 worth of glass damage on top of it. Again, these small businesses, whether you're a fast food restaurant or just clothing, whatever, you are struggling with this pandemic right now, and you're being told you can't open or you can't allow but a certain amount of people inside, and that really hurts a lot of people. And again, this person here has a great business, I think. Honoring our heroes, our real heroes, not our celebrities or our athletes that make millions of dollars and then cry about everything, but our actual heroes that are out there protecting us. Again, our police officers, firefighters, EMTs, military, doctors, all of them are out there protecting us, making sure we're safe. And again, this person got attacked for it. And again, he's black, okay? Which leads me to Black Lives Matter. Alright, the group Black Lives Matter, I think, is a joke. Alright? Now, obviously, do Black Lives Matter? Yes. Alright? Alright? Every life matters to me. I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic, part of the LGBT community, whatever case may be. Simple as that. But the owner, or one of the founders, or whatever he was way up there, alright, of Black Lives Matter, was a white guy in Atlanta, Georgia. Alright? He made a profit off of this. He spent about half the money he got and redid his whole house. He painted the whole thing, got new furniture, new carpet, everything. I must admit, the house was looking nice. So, tell me this. This is what y'all want your money to go to. To people like that who obviously don't care about you or your movement, and you want to shoot people, because that sounds like a horrible movement to me. Alright? Send your money to some white people who you say are white supremacists and don't care about you. Alright? But go ahead and send your money to them. And then go out and shoot people and then cry that you're in jail, or loot and cry that you're in jail. Sounds like a great movement, sounds really great. Let's see here. Where is it? Alright, here we go. Anti-cop city commissioner blames white supremacist for her calling cops on Lyft driver. Again, this is in Portland too. Portland has all kind of issues. Now, Portland City Commissioner Joanne Hardesty, a champion of the Defend the Police movement, has claimed that most 911 calls aren't for real crimes. Said the only reason she resorted to calling 911 during argument with her Lyft driver was because she was afraid of being targeted by white supremacy. Alright. So, you're scared that you're going to be a target of white supremacy, so you called the police, right? Alright, that's pretty reasonable. Sounds a good idea to me. But here's the problem I have with her calling the police, alright? Number one, you are screaming every day, defund the police, okay? Which, that is your right to voice your opinion, right? You want to scream defund the police every day, go for it. Alright, you claim most 911 calls aren't for real crimes. Alright, if it's not a real crime, the police probably aren't going to come. Alright, I can tell you right now, police respond to dozens of calls a day, alright? Alright, domestic violence, assault with a deadly weapon, car accidents, 911 hang-up calls, stabbing, shooting, active shooter, active stabbing, mass shooting, terroristic threats, road rage incidents, threats in general. And then they do traffic stops. There's all kind of things that police respond to. So until you actually know what you're talking about or have any idea what police go through, I wouldn't say what they respond to or what is a real crime and what isn't a real crime. Now, again, you called 911 because you didn't want to be a target of white supremacy. But everybody that's screaming defund the police is saying that they are all cops are white supremacists or they're racist. So let me get this straight. You call 911 because you don't want to be a target of white supremacy because you're arguing with a white person. But then you call the police, which you call white supremacy and racist. So let's see what else she says. Harvey allegedly went ballistic on a Portland Lyft driver on November 1st, resulting in the driver canceling her ride and ordering her to get out of his vehicle. But Harvey refused to exit the car and called 911 to have police intercede. This is another example of being black in America and being put in a position where I have to be the one to look out for my personal safety, Harvey alleged during a city council meeting on November 12th. I didn't expect the Lyft driver to do it. I certainly didn't expect the police to do it. It was my responsibility to make sure I got home safe. I'll agree with that. I mean, it's your responsibility to get yourself home. Alright, man. When I get done, I'll probably come over to your live. Now, she blamed her behavior on white supremacists. Alright? So, you're telling me that you blame your behavior on white supremacy. That's like robbing a bank, okay? And then saying, white supremacy made me do it, or I'm oppressed and white supremacy made me do it. That makes no sense whatsoever. Now, when you're living in a city where white supremacists are probably riding around in their big trucks with their flags, and you're a black person and somebody wants to put you on the side of the road at night, not going to happen, Harsley. Okay? Harsley is notoriously anti-police and has led the charge of Portland to defund Portland police. Thanks to Harsley's efforts, Portland has defunded by $15 million so far, and she is pushing to further defund the police by another $18 million. So, you want to defund the police more, but you had to call the police. Now, the commissioner has also accused police of starting fires during the month-long riots and excused to attack community members. But her history didn't stop her from calling the police on an emergency line and trying to settle her dispute with her Lyft driver. The 63-year-old Lyft driver, again, this person is 63, really? And you had to call the police? Anyway, 63-year-old Lyft driver Richmond Frost said he provided over 18,000 rides to customers over the 4 years he has been working for the company. Frost said he had no idea Harsley was a city commissioner when she requested to be picked up from the Alona Casino Resort in Richfield on November 1st. He said he had just dropped off another customer in Vancouver and a request for a ride from Joanne came up. Frost accepted the request and headed about 25 miles north to the casino, where he pulled up to the front doors. After waiting for 5 minutes, driver called Harsley. Again, he's given over, 18,000 rides. So, this person's been doing it for a long time. Anyways, after waiting for 5 minutes, the driver called Harsley, let her know he had arrived. I kind of went south from there. Frost told the paper she wasn't happy. She didn't understand where I was. Alright, you're at the front door, so, it's not like it's a big mystery. Where else are you going to pull up? What do you want me to pull 2 miles away from the casino? On the roof, behind it, beside it, under it? There's only so many places you can pull up. Now, he only figured out Harsley was standing outside a side entrance and went to her location. The city commissioner was clearly upset that he didn't know where she was in the first place. Well, you should have put that out there to start with. Frost said he showed Harsley his phone and explained that he drove up to the pin drop on the screen, which was supposed to be her location. I just wanted to calm her down, make her understand I'm not a rookie, I know what I'm doing. She didn't want to hear any of that. She just wasn't happy with that, which, well, I mean, you can be unhappy all you want, but it's not going to change the fact that you were in the wrong. Now, the next issue of contention arose as they began pulling out a casino parking lot. According to lift COVID-19 rules, car windows should be left open whenever possible to circulate fresh air and help protect both customers and drivers. But harshly immediately demanded that Frost roll them up. Alright. Again, all these people are talking about, they're going out to dinner with their family, or they shouldn't have to do this, they don't want to do that. But yet, you are governors, city commissioners. You should know the rules of COVID-19. Again, like I said, you're the city commissioner, so you should know the rules of COVID-19. The driver said he rolled up the windows a bit, but left them open just slightly, as he explained that the air circulation was a safety precaution since they could not socially distance in the confines of a vehicle. I did say it's for my safety and your safety, but that was like pouring gas on her fire. Hurst continued to order the driver to close the windows, he said. She demanded that I close the window right now. She was kind of ballistic at that point. Hardy refused to back down and continued to order Frost to roll up the windows as they pulled onto Interstate 5, he said. That's when the driver decided it would be in the best interest for both he and Hurst to cancel ride at no cost to the commissioner. Frost said he pulled off at the next possible exit and drove up to a nearby chevron that was lit up like a football field. It's safe, it's warm, he told the paper. She could order another Lyft or Uber, whatever she wants to do, and I can be done and I can get on my work. Sounds like a great idea to me. Although the Chevron station was closing, and as Frost and Hardest arrived, the building remained well lit and utilized due to 24-hour credit card pumps. But Hardest refused to get out of Frost's car and demanded to either be taken back to the casino or be driven the rest of the way to her destination, he said. She insisted she already paid for the ride, even though Frost explained he canceled the trip and no money had been deducted from her account. As I sat in the parked vehicle outside the front door of Chevron station, Frost said he finally asked her if he would need to resort to calling police to have her removed from the vehicle. That's when Hardest, who oversees Portland Emergency Dispatch System, decided to call 911 herself. She later claimed that she placed the call because Frost calling the police on her would have put her in danger. So, let me get this straight. You say him calling the police would put you in danger. So you calling the police yourself wouldn't put you in danger? Alright. Well, I got a Lyft driver that decided he would just drop me off at a filling station, the commissioner said during the recorded call. Well, I'm not getting out of the car in the dark at a filling station, not happening, all because I asked him to put the window up. I'm not leaving. Again, you brought all this on yourself, okay? I mean, again, as a city commissioner, y'all are supposed to know the rules and regulations of COVID-19. Like I said, all these governors and all this are going out to eat, not wearing masks, or whatever the case may be. Like, if COVID-19 is as deadly and all this as they say it is, y'all should know the rules and regulations of your state. I mean, you're the governor there. But yet, y'all are going out to eat, not wearing masks, then you shut down that city and that where you ate, or that county where you ate, you shut it down. And just like Andrew Cuomo in New York, he's making a profit off of his book instead of doing what's best for his state in New York. He wants to make a profit and write a book off the crisis, but the crisis isn't over. Like I said, y'all talk about every day how the virus is so deadly and all this, and you're closing schools, but you're making a profit writing off a book. Like, I don't know. It don't make any sense to me. But, goes on to say, he says, I've got to get out of his car or he would call the police. She added, so I decided to call for him. 911 dispatch repeatedly explained to Hardesty that the vehicle was the driver's private property and that he was not committing any crimes, but she would not concede. I'm not going to allow him to leave me at the side of the road, she argued, as Frost pointed out that they were at the front doors of a gas station, not on the side of the roadway. Again, as a city commissioner, you should know the rules of COVID-19. And as this person explained to you, the windows have to be let down to let air circulate, as y'all cannot socially distance in a car. Alright? Now, despite Frost's assurances to the contrary, Harshly continued to insist she had already paid for the ride and that she would not exit the car until another vehicle showed up to take her where she wanted to go. Okay, so just call for another vehicle. Call for another Uber or Lyft. Instead of sitting here saying, like, by the time you call for this and you get out the car, you ain't gonna be waiting long. I mean, yeah, but instead, you're calling the police. Like I said, now you said if you call the police, that would put you in danger. So wait, you calling the police isn't putting yourself in danger? That makes no sense whatsoever. Now, she said it was cold and she was a woman and alone. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. The driver's saying it's blew up like a football field and it's warm. Alright. Either way, it don't matter. I mean, it's his personal property, like you've been told. It's his personal property. He doesn't have to keep you there. Now, the dispatch pointed out that Harsey was the only one who could call for another ride for herself. Only you can order another ride. The dispatcher said, I can have an officer come out there, but they're not going to make you stay there. Harsey retorted that the driver can't go anywhere because she was not moving until another car comes. While they waited for police, Foster also called to report the incident. It wasn't just a ride that didn't work out. It wasn't going well. Frost said he told officers when they arrived on the scene, I thought it would be best to cancel the ride, start over, and reset. I didn't see a point in sitting in the vehicle with that kind of tension and upset customer for 35 minutes. He then told the organ that he didn't realize who Harsey was until he heard her giving her full name to the officers. She was just another passenger. Frost told a paper, I treat everybody the same, I try to be professional. She was not a pleasant person, he noted. That has nothing to do with her political position as a Portland council person. I'm out here doing my job. She was very disrespectful to me, made me uncomfortable. I don't feel like I have to sit in my car for anyone to have it argue unrelatedly and be rude and abusive telling me what I have to do in my own vehicle. Another Lyft driver arrived at the same time as the officers, and Harsey ultimately rode off in the second car, but she wasn't about to let the situation go. Harsey filed a complaint with the company later that night, accusing Frost of potentially putting her in harm's way. The driver came to the wrong pickup location. Again, actually, he came to the right pickup location. You know, you were just in the wrong spot. Alright, Harsey claimed Frost pulled over and the dark side of the gas station told her the ride was over. I have no interest in being left on the side of the road by an angry driver, she wrote. Harsey says she then called the police after he threatened to do the same. Again, as a city commissioner, you know, you should know all the rules and regulations COVID-19, alright? You knew what you were doing. You were just trying to play the victim card of, oh, I'm black and nobody likes me and my life's so hard because I'm black and nobody likes me and Black Lives Matter and all this. That's all that was. You were just trying to play the victim card, the race card, and get what you could out of it, and everybody's laughing at you right now, except the few people who actually agree with you for whatever reason. Again, Black Lives Matter, great movement, or it could be a great movement if y'all can get if y'all can get it together. But everything to y'all has to be racism, or this cop treated me wrong, or, you know, only my life matters, or whatever y'all decide to protest that time. Or not protest, rather riot. Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing is ridiculous. If you ask me, it's kind of stupid. But with that being said, it's been about an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Again, like I said, try to do live streams maybe once or twice a week. Again, I don't know what's up with YouTube. The first two times I did my live streams, they were very generous and actually sent out notifications. This time I don't know. Last time they definitely didn't send out notifications. This time it was like some of y'all got it, some of y'all didn't. I don't know. All you can do is try and see how it goes with these live streams again. But it's been about an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Again, if any of y'all want to be moderators, like I said, I know there's about 3 of y'all that want to do it, but definitely let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna get with that soon. But like I said, it's been about an hour, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Looks like there's 3 people in here. If y'all have anything y'all want me to talk about, let me know. If not, then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But like I said, I've been live for just over an hour. So in the meantime, y'all stay safe out there. As always, thank y'all for watching. Like I said, I'm gonna give it another minute. If y'all got anything y'all want me to talk about, definitely let me know and I will talk about it. It can be anything. Politics, race, police, election. If y'all have anything you want to know about me, you let me know. Like I said, if y'all got any kind of questions, you want me to cover anything before I get off, let me know. Looks like some more people are coming in here now. Again, I kind of covered everything I was going to talk about, but if y'all want me to cover anything real quick, I'll definitely do that before I get off. Like I said, it can be anything: race, politics, election, police. If you want to know any personal questions, y'all can ask those also. It's up to y'all. But like I said, I'm going to give it another minute. So, if y'all have any questions, go ahead. Alright, y'all. Guess I'm gonna wrap up this live stream. Next video will probably be Sunday, unless something happens, something big happens, obviously. Then the next video will be Sunday, more than likely. I might do a live stream Sunday. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how the time's gonna work, but I'll definitely try to have a video Sunday. Again, live streams probably be middle of the week and end of the week. But like I said, meantime, y'all stay safe out there. As always, thank y'all for watching. And like I said, I appreciate all y'all coming out, supporting me. It means a lot. Like I said, as always, thank y'all for watching. And as always, y'all stay safe out there.